Hi, Gemini, welcome back. Don't forget to click that like button, it helps the channel, and I appreciate you. Thank you in advance. Gemini, I'm hearing that you've had a really rough time growing up. I'm hearing that you didn't have a lot of support and you didn't have somebody who was mentoring you about how the world works, how to be able to do things, simple things like maybe getting a driver's license. You just didn't have somebody there to give you the guidance that you really needed. And I'm hearing because of that, you learned a lot of hard lessons and you had to learn things the hard way and maybe even more than one time, which makes things even harder, you know. You might have made the same mistakes over and over again, especially when you were younger, because you didn't realize that there was a pattern brewing. And you didn't realize this until you got much older, until you reached more of a mature state of mind. So the road that you've been on has been very challenging, you know. And the thing is that these kinds of things happen to people where as you're growing, people around you expect you to stay small or they expect you to stay where you were when you were, 18 or 19. And the thing is that people around you have realized that you're not the same Gemini that you were back then. You've grown. And you definitely have somebody here who for whatever reason feels like, that's unfair or you have some kind of advantage where they didn't get the advantage. Okay. And really, what it is here is just that, you have learned from your mistakes and this person hasn't. So, what I'm hearing is they just keep repeating the same things over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And then they want to turn around and be resentful toward you because you might have like advised this person. You might be like, let me help you out. Let me show you. And they're like, no, 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 I know what I'm doing. This is somebody who thinks that they know everything, you know, and they still have that energy, because when you're a teenager, you think you know everything, right? You think you know how the world works. You just know how everything is, and you don't need nobody's advice at that age, right? Well, this person seems to have gotten stuck in that energy. That 18-year-old, 16-year-old energy where they think they know everything, right? Don't matter what their age is. They could be 70 and they still think that they know everything when in reality, they don't know anything because they refuse to learn. They refuse to grow up, but they are resenting you because you have grown up and you've changed. Your experiences have formed you to this energy of where you're about to have this great success. And you're going to have success because you've learned and you've gone through things and you've put in the hard work to do that self-reflection, which is one of the hardest things that we can do, right? When you become self-aware and you start noticing things within yourself, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of being really honest with yourself. And not everybody can be honest with themselves. And this person is one of them. Just be aware that this person is coming in with a lot of toxicity. Just be alert to what they're trying to do because it looks like this person is definitely going to try to mess you up. Okay, especially in this next chapter of your life that's coming around the corner, this person is definitely going to try to mess you up. They're definitely going to try to like expose something about you or embarrass you or talk about something that happened years ago, and you're not the same kind of person. For somebody here, you might even have a little record. You know, you might have done some little things that you regret now, right? As an adult. But when you were younger, you thought you were doing the right thing, like a lot of people do, right? And so somebody here might have a little record, maybe for petty theft or something like that, or doing something foolish or hanging out with the wrong people. Now, I'm hearing nowadays, Gemini, you are all about hanging out with the right people. So if that makes you choosy, well, so be it. Okay, so be it. Because I'm hearing you have learned that if you hang out with the wrong people, you're going to be getting the wrong advice from the wrong people, right? And now you want to hang out with the right people, the people who have their life in order, the people who have direction in their life, because that will rub off on you. And it's true. It really is true. It will rub off on you because you'll be getting advice and learning things and talking to people who have their crap together. And I'm hearing you have people around you who are very good for you. Now, this person who's around you, who could be a family member, could be a sibling, could be a best friend, could be somebody that you grew up with, right? That kind of thing. Um, they just still have not learned this lesson. And that person could very well be bringing in some people around you who could end up causing you some problems just by association. Okay, so definitely keep your head on a swivel, especially when it comes to people that you invite to parties. Okay, like you might invite this person, and this person could end up bringing somebody with them to your place, to your home, around you, and then cause problems or cause some kind of legal issue to come down on your house. Again, it's because of association. Okay. So, which, you know what? I have heard of this where people have gotten themselves into some deep crap for things that they did not have anything to do. They had nothing to do with it. Things like that. Excuse me, my cat is doing something here. Okay, he's not. Um, got themselves into some big trouble, right? So be careful because this person has not learned their lesson. They actually don't have any direction in their life. Okay. Now, you, on the other hand, even though you got a lot of things going on that could be, or rather, people like this person and things going on that could hold you back, regardless of that, you are still going to be rising no matter what. You're still rising in this next chapter. This next chapter, I'm hearing you will have reasons to celebrate. You're going to be very content how things work out. But that's only if you pay close attention to this person. You know who this person is. Even as I'm saying this, you know who this person is. You're like, oh yeah, Sylvia. Oh yeah, that's George. Yeah, that sounds like George. George is gonna bring some problems. And like I already know. I can see it already. Like you already know who this person is. This is the one you gotta be careful with. Okay? Now, by doing that, you're gonna clear the path in the next chapter. Okay? Be aware what they're doing in the restroom, what they're doing in your house. I know it's you're having some kind of party, or this will be at a party or a celebration. This doesn't necessarily have to be at your house, okay? This could be at somebody else's house and you're just being invited to some party, and because you're there, you end up getting associated with this, okay? Something like that, guys. So be careful with that. But the good thing is that as long as you do that, keep yourself out of trouble, the next chapter is going to be something that's going to be memorable for you. Okay? The next chapter is bringing in some big wish, and I'm hearing it's coming in quick. Okay? There's something growing in momentum for you. And for some of you, I'm hearing like you might be ready for stardom. Like you might be ready to be in the spotlight. Okay? Like everything that you have grown and learned about is something that's going to serve you very well in this position that you're going to be going into. So, all the lessons that you've learned, is going to help you be even more in the spotlight. It kind of reminds me of Steve Harvey, right? He lived a very hard life. He learned a lot of lessons, and then what does he do now? He talks about it, and people listen, right? People want to hear what he has to say and the things that he talks about, right? Well, I feel very strongly here that you're going to be following in that kind of position, something like that, where you're going to be talking about your experiences and things that you've learned. And you might even put a swing to it where it becomes comedy. So I feel like somebody here might be a comedian, where you could take a very serious issue and lighten it up and make it funny, but true. It's true, right? But make it funny so people can laugh. But at the same time, it's like people will process what you're saying at the same time that they're laughing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that comedian. What's his name? He's a white guy. He said, the American dream is, what does he say? Oh, I forgot. Something about the American dream is something that you have to be asleep for, or something. Oh, I forgot exactly what he said, but it was funny, but it was so true. Like the American dream is gone. We're losing it, but the way he said it just made it so funny, but true, you know. So for one of you, you might be a comedian. You might have that, be able to turn things in that direction. Now, this person could be upset with you because you didn't take a chance. Okay, I'm going to go back to that. You didn't take a chance. You didn't jump blindly. And it seems to irritate this person because this is one of the things that you've learned. Okay, I just want to go back to this person again. There's something here about you not jumping. You didn't just do something without really understanding the consequences of what you're doing, right? And it made this person upset. So there might have been a period, or there is a period now, like you're not talking to this person, or you didn't talk to this person for a while, right? Because of that, I want you to know that this person still wants to pull you down because they're angry because of that. I forgot to mention this earlier, okay? So that has something very significant to do with this. Or it could also be about a vehicle, something about a vehicle, or some form of transportation, like a motorcycle, a bicycle. Even if it's something that happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, this person is still holding a grudge. Okay? They're still holding a grudge about that. So that's why I'm telling you, you gotta be careful with that person. Okay, I forgot to mention that earlier. But this person could be a Leo, an Aries, a Sagittarius, a Cancer, okay, an Aquarius. You might have Capricorn in your chart, Cancer in your chart. You could also have Libra in your chart. You're coming into or Aquarius in your chart as well. You could have Libra. I said Libra. You could have this like, I want to say, like, it's like a no nonsense type of attitude. Like you're just not gonna put up with no BS. You know what I'm saying? Not really a pushover. Not really uh somebody who's judgmental. No, nothing like that. But more of this, like you keep a wall around you. You keep a wall around you. You make sure that people around you come to you right or don't come around you at all. That kind of thing. That is something that really bothers this person because they feel like you should just let anybody have access to you, you know? And this is why they have it out for you. This is another reason because they feel like, why do you feel so special? And it's not that. It's not that you feel so special. It's just that it's exactly what we're talking about here. You don't want nobody bringing no BS around you, getting you involved with no BS. You just don't want any trouble. You don't need it. You rather that person just don't be coming around you if they're going to be bringing trouble, right? So you might have this like a wall around you where you'll just tell this person flat out like, okay, if you're going to be doing that, go somewhere else. You're not afraid to speak up, and I think there's a lot of people around you, Gemini, who are afraid to speak up to this person for whatever reason, okay? And you seem to stand out from that group. And it could be a family group because we do have the ten of cups coming out. So it makes me feel like it could be a family group. So your family. So in your family, you're the only one that speaks up. You're the only one that protects your family, you and your family. Like you're the only person that does this. Nobody else in your family does it. It's just you. You know, you won't put up with things. And you're the first person who will speak up and tell this person something. And they don't like it. Because they want you to be how you used to be. You used to be overly, I want to say overly friendly. You know, like overly trusting, overly friendly. I think in the past you were that way because you really didn't know how to you didn't know how to act really. So when somebody was rude to you or they said something that was embarrassing or inappropriate, made you feel uncomfortable, like you didn't know how to handle that when you were younger because nobody taught you how to handle that. Again, this goes back to like you didn't have somebody to teach you and raise you. And it doesn't mean that you didn't have parents. It just means that they were more likely very busy with working and trying to keep up with the bills, that nobody thought to sit down and teach you certain things in life, right? I think a lot of us go through this, especially if you're a 70s baby. you know Both parents were working all the time. 70s babies are, the latchkey kids, go home and cook our own meals. You know what I mean? So the point I'm trying to make is it's not like somebody, uh, you know, somebody didn't deliberately not raise you. You know what I mean? Like you literally had to raise yourself. You know, figure things out yourself, which is so hard, right? Um, but the thing is that they want you to go back to that. They want you to be that person who would just sit there and blush and be shy, but you're not. You can't go back. You know what I mean? Like once you understand how powerful you are and you've tasted that power and you realize that you have a right to speak up, you can't go back to being that submissive, trying to keep the peace kind of person. You just can't go back to that now. You know, this person doesn't understand that. Okay. Now, they might be bringing somebody around who is going to be very crisp, somebody who could be very rude. And I'm hearing like, you're not going to put up with it. And this is why this person is going to deliberately cause problems. Okay. So be aware of your surroundings. Um, Gemini, you have something really good coming in the next chapter. Okay. I'm hearing a wish fulfillment is coming in. It's going to be good. I'm hearing it's growing in momentum. So, whatever it is that you're working on, it's definitely going to be very good. Your family is going to be very happy. Okay. You have some kind of skills or training that is going to make you very unique and different than other people. Like I said, you might be talking about like really serious issues, right? Being like a speaker, a leader or some kind, right? And but twisting it, not twisting it, but being a leader but being funny at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think people are going to really appreciate that, but you're going to make people think. But whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Things are going to be nice for you, and somebody's going to be very upset about it, okay? Somebody's going to be very upset about it because you're going to be very successful. And look what came out. That's crazy. That came out. Confirmation. Oh my gosh. Seriously, that is confirmation, Gemini. Number 8 is coming out. It says your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self sufficient, see, and capable of achieving your ambitions. Be representing the R, no, it says be representing the EBB and flow, the infinite loop of creation. I am successful. So put that in the comment section. You are going to be very successful. The next, if you're not already, okay, you are now. But guess what? More is coming around the corner. In this next chapter, it looks like you're going to be very happy. You're going to be the center stage in the spotlight, a star. Okay, put this in the comment section. I am successful because you are. And you know what? This part right here, I am creative. Remember, I was saying like I could see one of you speaking, but making it funny, but talking about serious topics, but making it funny because it's true and it's funny. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And it's your creativity that's gonna be coming out, right? So even more confirmations, guys, with this one. 111 is coming out. It says angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. So in the next chapter, that is exactly what is going to be happening here. You are going to be creating a life you love. See, this is where you take back your power. Remember I was talking about this? Once you have your power, that's it. You can't take it back. You can't give it back. I mean, it's yours, right? And in this next chapter, that's what is happening here. You're going to create something that you love, but something that is very unique, only you can pull off. You hear? Only something that you can do, something that you can fulfill. And it's like nobody else. Even if people come and they try to mimic your steps or mimic what you do, they're not going to be able to. Why? Because they didn't have your upbringing. They didn't have your challenges and things that you went through growing up, you know? So they don't have the foundation that you have, what you bring to the table, what's special and unique about you. You know what I mean? All your hardships, all the things you've gone through, it's going to end up helping you become very, for one of you, famous. Okay? Very famous. I'm thinking of that song now. You're going to be famous. Remember that song? It was all over YouTube. It was such a cute song. Anyways, Gemini, I do hope this helps you out knowing don't let this person bring trouble to your door because they will. Okay? So stay very aware of everything. Keep your head on a swivel, all right? Last thing you need right now is somebody to pull you down. Okay? Catch me in the next one, guys. I hope this helps you out knowing. I hope this gives you the insight that you need. And y'all take care. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Bye, guys.